So hey there, we have an update for you, and I think a lot of you are going to find this video very interesting. Some of you aren't going to believe what we're going to tell you in this video because of all the comments we received about buying a house in Thailand. But we have sold this house. This was the first house that over 1 million of you actually watched the video of us buying this house. And probably 500,000 of you were excited for us. And the other 500,000 were telling us we were crazy and stupid and dumb and the government was going to take our house and we didn't own anything. Well, let me ask you this. If you don't own anything, how can you sell it? So we sold it. And I'm not going to get into details, but we actually sold it for more than we bought it for, which is crazy, according to a whole lot of you. So with that said, this is the last time you're going to see this house. We have sold the house to a very nice couple. He's from New Zealand and he has a Thai partner, and the land actually transferred to her name. So even though we didn't own the land, she now owns the land and he owns the house. And they're going to enjoy this property for a very long time because we're here right now and we owned it for a year and a half, almost 2 years. And I'm telling you, the house is like a brand new house. So that brings up another point. A lot of people say nobody wants used houses. I will argue that there's a benefit to buying a used house. We worked out the minor little bugs. There weren't hardly any bugs, meaning there was hardly anything wrong with the house, but we worked it out. We added some things to the house, and I think the house is better now than when we bought it. Landscapes in, patio covers in, laundry rooms in, plus extra ACs and all that kind of stuff. So this is the first part of this video, because the next part of the video, I'm going to show you why we sold this house. So thanks for watching. You got anything to say?
Nope.
Kim's going to do her video. She's going to do her take on this. So Kimberly Sandbox, I'll put the name right here, and you could go watch her take on the house buying and selling process as well. But as usual, we appreciate you watching. Even if you don't agree with what we do and you think we're crazy and all that kind of stuff, we appreciate it. So thanks, take care, and I'll see you in a bit. Hey there. So as I had mentioned, we sold our first house over in Wang Pong, which is sort of the south part of Hua Hin and sort of just across the Cranberry line. I'm going to put a link up here. I'm going to put a map up there in the upper corner just so you can see where that house was. And now I'm going to share with you our new house. I'll share with you how easy the process was. I'll share with you the general location. It's down here in Pak Nam Pran. It's about 450 meters away from the ocean. I'll share with you why we moved and why we bought this house and sold the other house. And just let you know, if any of you have any questions, just feel free to put them down in the comments. Kim and I do our best to respond to absolutely every comment and question. So let me head outside and start showing you the house. So as I had mentioned, the new house here is in Pak Nam Pran, and it's pretty distinctive style, sort of like a Scandinavian style, a little bit different. And if you drive the main roads down here in Pak Nam Pran, you'll know the houses when you see them. So let me just show you the street. Super wide streets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 houses on the street, plus hi there, Swadee Kap. And they're building some new houses right over there, same builder. I'll tell you, the quality of the build is very, very good, especially compared to regular tract home builders in the United States. What we like about this lot is it actually borders common area, so it's like we have a little park right next door. This right here is a little trash room, little trash receptacle type room, and the property is gated. We have a covered parking that can easily fit 2 cars, but as you can see, we've got a lot of stuff. We have my scooter. We have Kim's new scooter. We're gonna be doing a video on that soon. That right there is a chest freezer that I have full of water. That is super cold, and I do ice baths. We've got some stand-up paddle boards. We've got mountain bikes. We've got a barbecue right there. The property isn't the largest property ever, but it's very comfortable. We have a nice little grassy area out in front that Zoe likes. We'll introduce you to Zoe in a minute. And that gate right there was not here when we moved in, but we were always having to open the car gate, the auto gate, to come in and out of the property, and we decided to have that installed right there. You come up here and we've got a nice little patio / seating area. We actually got these chairs at Macro yesterday for about $6 or $7 each. That swing unit is probably going to be removed someday because I have plans for that spot right there. I actually want to put a jacuzzi right there. And then we have our seating area. We have nice tall sliders, and we have a very, very, very nice and refreshing pool. One of the features the house has that we really liked was every window and every door already has built-in screens. So professionally installed screen doors and professionally installed screens on all the windows. So you walk in, the first thing you notice is stairs going up and a little area over here and a bedroom here. But I'll talk about this area in a couple minutes because I want to bring you to the main living area first. So here's the main living area. So the first thing you'll notice is super tall sliders, super tall window units, a nice built-in area right there, sliders going out to the pool in the front of the house, good size living space, furniture's actually pretty big, and a full kitchen with a cooktop, microwave, stove, refrigerator, kitchen island, and no dishwasher, which, like I said, I'm going to be showing you the area out there soon, and we'll talk about what we're going to do right here. Remember this spot right here because there will be a dishwasher there soon. Walk back out to this area right here, and we bought this house secondhand, meaning there was an owner of the house that was selling it. And the reason they were selling it was they had an older Thai mother who was going to be living with them. And sadly, she passed away before they moved into the house. But this part of the house right here was pretty much designed for her to live in. This was going to be her part of the house. So there's a nice, comfortable first floor bedroom here with sliders going outside. And we've also been using this as an office. There's nice built-in cabinets, closet and storage. And there's a full bathroom right here, dual sinks, tile floor, tile walls, enclosed shower, and just really nice decor. This out here was going to be a Thai kitchen, and this would have been like a cooking area away from the main home. You can see how they have it set up. It came with the washing machine right there and the dishwasher right there. We ended up bringing our dryer from the last house, which is sitting right there. But Kim had a great idea that we are going to remove that dishwasher right there. We are going to put that dryer right there, and the dishwasher is going to end up in the kitchen. That table set right there, we bought at the Myanmar border. I will put a link down in the description. It was an amazing purchase, and we only paid, I think, somewhere between $400 and $500 US for this entire set right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chairs, high top table, and it was delivered. A door to the backyard right there. Backyard, there's not much of a yard. I'll probably show you that in a little bit. And another full bathroom right here. Let's head up the stairs. And it has really, really nice wood floors and windows that allow for an amazing cross breeze. Right now it's the hot time of the year, so the cross breeze isn't the best or refreshing, but I'm gonna tell you, in October, November, December, January, February into March, the breeze through this house is amazing. So I'm at the top of the stairs right now. I'll show you that set of stairs here in a minute where it goes and what we have planned up there. But here's another full bedroom. So there's a bathroom, single sink, enclosed shower, enough for a queen size bed, and sliders across the whole back wall. Here's the master bedroom, and it's really good size. And we love it when it's a little bit cooler out, having all the windows and doors open. Again, full sliders with screens, and there's a front patio out there. You know what, I'll go out there, just show you what it's like. So it's got a full front patio with plenty of room for seating. You can see the view, the mountain over there. You can see the beautiful house and property across the street. You can see down the street, and then literally the ocean. You just go to the end of this road, take a left, take a right. It's about 400 meters up. And then if you want to come over here, you can see there's a little bit of side patio that's probably doesn't have much of a use, and looking down into the yard. Here's what the bedroom looks like from this side. It's got really nice built-ins, built-in wardrobes, and another really nice bathroom, dual sinks, tile floors, tile walls, a separated shower, and this actually has a bathtub. And we put in a shower curtain there just to keep the water from going onto the floor over there. But really like this part of the house right here. Let me take a minute and tell you about the community name. The community name is called Narada Villas. And the developer, builder, his name's Nat. He did a fantastic job. Really, really, really stands behind his work. So right here, this is Narada 1. Right over there, those two houses right there are two of the first houses in Narada 2. So he's building some bigger houses, slightly different style over there. And then he's also developing Narada 3, which is a little bit closer to Hua Hin. It's not as close to the ocean. It's actually sort of like a sloping, gentle sloping hillside development. And I think he's doing about 9 lots in there. I also want to tell you and share with you that the buying process here, there's a real estate agent down in this area, Pak Nam Pran. Her name is Sarah Joan. That's what she goes by. She lives down here. She has lived in the United States. She has an American husband. Now she has come back to Thailand, and she does real estate. And she is genuine, honest, reliable, sincere, and every other good thing I can imagine, the words that I can use to describe her. Without doubt, I would highly recommend contacting Sarah if you're looking for homes down here in the Pak Nam Pran, Pranbury area. If you happen to be watching this video and you're looking for homes up in the Hua Hin area, I would also recommend a guy up there. His name is Andy Diet. I'll put his information down in the description as well. Him and his wife own a real estate brokerage up in Hua Hin, and they do a fantastic job as well. Taking everything into consideration, all the different ways foreigners can own properties, they know what to do and what not to do, first of all. So, you know, if you have any concerns about purchasing a property, if you're foreigners, with the 30-year land lease, they can both provide you all the information. As well, we have 2 different attorneys for you to use. We have Brian Ramsden, and he helped us purchase this home. And I'll put his information down below because he did a fantastic job. And then up there in Hua Hin, we used Kuhn Piti with Expat Pros. And both of them, meaning Kuhn Piti and Brian Ramsden, we have nothing but great things to say. So we have two people we'd recommend for you. We have two attorneys and we have two real estate agents. So we would suggest, if you're ever thinking about purchasing here, that you contact them both and see if you like one better than the other. You're more comfortable with one over the other. But we used both. I don't know if you know it, my background is real estate in the United States. We did our homework. We asked all the right questions. We contacted the right people, and we feel comfortable with both of them. Now, let me show you what's up those stairs right out there. Let's go up these stairs. I'll show you what's here now and what we plan on doing. I'll give you a little overview of what we plan on doing. But right here is a full rooftop patio. And this is big. And you can see the neighbor's house right there. And you can now see that we have solar on our house as well. We did not install the solar ourselves, but I'm going to tell you it is very, very, very nice having solar. So let's go over here first, show you the front. You can look down, see the whole house and the yard and stuff down there. And this is what the patio looks like from here. Let me go over here in the shade and tell you what we're going to be doing. So we have the builder coming today, and he's going to be giving Kim prices on a few different things, a few little upgrades she wants to do to the house. You know, relocating the dishwasher, relocating the washing machine, stuff like that, installing some light fixtures. But up here, we have big plans. So we plan on seeing if we can build a wall from here. So about half of this patio, so the whole back side of the patio, for like half the patio, and enclosing it. So first of all, this whole area right here would be enclosed. This back wall over here would have 3 large window units overlooking the land next door. The front would have 1 slider unit and 2 window units. And this would be our remaining patio space up here. So we'd be looking at that room. So as I was saying, our plan is to enclose this area, have nice windows on this side of the wall, have nice windows and a slider on this side of the wall. The roof would be sloped this way. So there'd be an overhang in the front, probably about 5 feet with can lights. So this would be a nice area out here for sitting and stuff. And this would be a nice view out the back. Now, I know some of you are gonna make comments about the back here. So I'll give you a little bit of a lesson about Thailand and the way they measure land. First of all, land is measured in rai. Rai is 1,600 square meters. So there's about 3 rai in an acre if you're used to acres. Not quite 3 rai. There's more than 3 rai in an acre, but that's just a way to do a quick calculation. This land right here is for sale. You might say, well, that's bad. They are asking 12 million baht per rai. So 12 million baht at today's exchange rate is 300 and something thousand dollars. Multiply that by 3. So they're almost asking $1 million per acre there. So first of all, we don't expect this to sell anytime soon, okay? Let's just be clear about that. It's not gonna sell anytime soon. But should it sell, the only things I would expect that they would put there are way super nice houses. I think we're a little bit far from the ocean for this to be a resort buying it. It's always a risk, I guess, like everything in life, but we are comfortable with this risk and we really don't expect much to be built there anytime in the near future. Some of you may not have ever met our dog Zoe, but there's our dog Zoe. She was a rescue. Our dog that we brought with us, Bella, from the United States, actually passed away while we were here, and Kim wasn't in a rush to get a new dog, but Kim saw Zoe as a rescue dog on a Facebook group. We took her in as a test, and then there was no way Kim could give her back. So Zoe, say hi, paw, other paw. Good girl. Yeah, so Zoe loves this house, and we do too. So let's do a little bit of a Q&A because I'm sure some of you have questions. And let's start with a question that I'm sure some of you are wondering. If you loved your first house so much, why did you sell it? And what was wrong with it? And why did you move? So our first house was about 15 minutes from here, and we loved the house. We did a YouTube video when we bought the house, and we shared with you what we paid for it. We actually did a YouTube video when we were selling the house, and we shared with you what we were going to ask for it. It's kind of funny, all the different comments we got. You should never buy a house in Thailand. You can't make money on a house, all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll address that stuff later. But what happened is, every single morning from that house, I was getting on my scooter and I was driving down here. The reason I was driving down here is because of the beach and the walk area. In Mexico, it's called a Malecon, and some places might call it like a beach promenade. It's the road that goes along the beach. Unlike Hua Hin, the road here in Pak Nam Pran is right on the beach. And then there's a beach south of here, and then there's a beach south of there. So there's 3 beaches back to back here, and they all have roads that go right along the beach. So there's a road, and then there's a couple sidewalks. It's just an amazing place if you want to walk, if you want to run, if you want to walk your dog, if you want to ride bikes. So many nice things. Also, there's a night market every single night right down the street. So there are pluses to this. What happened is, I was flying back to the United States. I think Kim and I were in Malaysia. I was flying back to the United States from Malaysia, and Kim was coming back here to Thailand. And we follow Sarah Joan on Facebook, and she shared this house on Facebook as being available. Kim was really excited about it. I told her, I was like, Kim, you know what? If it's available when we get back, fine. Let's not rush anything, all this kind of stuff. Just if it's meant to be, it'll happen. Well, Kim came back to Thailand. I went back to the United States. Kim came and saw the property, and she was actually concerned. She's like, well, Dave, what if I like it? And I'm like, well, we'll deal with that after you see it. So she did like it, and we made an offer on the house. The sellers of this property were amazing people to work with. It was a foreigner married to a Thai, and they were downsizing. I shared the story with you a little bit ago. We made an offer, we worked it out, and the rest is history. So we purchased this house. We are super happy here. To be honest, this location, in my opinion, is the best. This is, in my opinion, one of the best locations for us. Everybody's different. Some people want to be close to the town. Some people want to be further out in the middle of nowhere. For us, this is a good balance. It takes about 25 minutes to get to Hua Hin. We go up there 2 or 3 times a week, but it's far enough out where it's not busy, it's peaceful, it's so slow, nice, laid back life down here. So that's why we like this. Then regarding the sale of the other house, I had told you that we loved it. Kim walked into that house, saw that view, and she loved it. So when we were first considering buying, we purchased that house. I mean, it was, if you've ever been out looking at homes, you know when you walk into a house, if you like it or not. And she liked that house. The price was right. The location was right. Everything was right about it. The quality was right. So we jumped on that house. Did a YouTube video. We actually asked more for the home than we bought it for. I thought our asking price was fair. And After I made the video, about 15 of you viewers actually contacted us and showed serious interest. I was doing a lot of traveling and stuff, and finally the stars aligned when I was here, Kim was here, and a potential buyer was here. He came and looked at the property and he purchased it. He made an offer and he purchased it. He did not pay our full asking price, but an asking price is just an asking price. We were fine with the price that we sold it for. He was fine with the price he paid for it, so that was all good. Now, we were in a 30-year land lease. This is going to be important for some of you. We used the right attorneys. We used the right real estate agents. We did our homework. We were in a 30-year land lease. We did not own that land. But the way our contract was written is if Thai laws ever changed and they allowed land ownership, it would automatically revert to ownership. So that was one thing. Another thing we had written in there was 2 30-year renewals. Well, at the time when we did that, we knew that that was a stretch, meaning the term in Thailand was it's not enforceable. You can ask for it, but it's not enforceable. They have since changed the laws, and the automatic 30-year renewals are not even allowed by law anymore, okay? So they're not allowed. But the third thing was if we sold that property, first of all, if we sold it to foreigners, they would be awarded a brand new land lease, or they could take over our existing lease. So that was option number one. But our buyer was a foreigner with a Thai partner. And she is now the land owner, and he is the owner of the house. So I had shared in the videos I had done in the past that land leases resemble ownership. And I will still say that land leases are safe. They resemble ownership. I expect to get a lot of comments, probably not as many this time, but I expect to get some comments. You should never buy. Land leases aren't good. We did not do this in the form of a company. So there is talk now in Thailand if the whole company structure to purchase land is legal. We didn't go that route. There were always questions if that was legal, so we didn't do it. We were comfortable with the 30-year land lease. It was willable. We could will it to our children if we passed away. We would own it if the Thai laws ever changed. We could sell it to a foreigner and they could take over the lease, or we could sell it to a Thai and they would actually have ownership. So we had no issues. We did our homework up front. Again, who you use, I think, for this is important. If you go in blind and you don't address these things, then you're probably going to be hung out to dry at some point. Now, like I was saying, some of you might comment the government's going to take your land and all this kind of stuff. So what I'll say to that is I have never met a person yet who has lost a property. Everybody seems to know somebody, but nobody's actually lost it. So there's that. So I don't know if I had mentioned this, but we bought this house pretty much the same format as the last house, meaning we have a 30-year land lease. So we own the property. There is a 30-year land lease in place and all the same terms and conditions. And I feel very comfortable with that arrangement. Some of you are probably wondering, what did you pay for this house? This time we're not going to disclose what we paid. Just know it was more than the house we just sold. But we feel as though we got a really, really, really good deal for this home in this location, this quality, and everything that came with it. A lot of you have contacted us and asked, how do you buy a house in Thailand? Can you get a loan? And to the best of our knowledge, foreigners cannot get loans here in Thailand. Maybe if you're here on an employment visa and actually have a job and stuff, maybe it's possible. But to the best of our knowledge, the majority of foreigners have to pay cash for homes and condos. I think one exception to that might be some developers might offer some in-house financing, but we're not familiar with that at all. And some of you might be wondering what the costs associated with purchasing and selling are here. I'm going to tell you by Western standards, the costs are super low. I didn't itemize the costs, so I actually don't know what the costs were, but there were attorney fees and transfer fees and stuff like that. On the house we sold, I would estimate the total costs were about $3,000 to $4,000 US, and that's probably on the high side. On this house, I really didn't even worry about it, but typically it's customary that all fees are split 50-50. That's what we did on this house. That's what we did on the house we sold. And at the end of the day, it's just the cost of doing it. They're not exorbitant. They're not high, especially compared to what we're used to paying in the United States and probably, like I said, most Western countries. You know, if the costs are important to you, down to the penny, you can always get that information. So you should do your homework and definitely find out all that information if it's important to you. For us, it wasn't quite as important. We knew we were going to buy the house. We knew there were costs associated with it, and that's what we did. I want to tell you about one unexpected bonus of this house. So we live in a community called Narada. I had mentioned that. And in our last house, we would get electric bill, we'd get a water bill, we'd get all our bills individually. Here, the community handles all of that. So we get one bill per month. And the bill per month we get is electric, it's water, it's landscapers, it's pool maintenance, it's pest control, it's 2 times a week house cleaning. And like, for example, yesterday they came by and they actually cleaned our solar panels for us. The total cost for all that has been averaging somewhere between $200 and $300 US per month for all that. Electric, water, landscape, pool maintenance, housekeepers, pest control, and whatever else, and the maintenance of the community. So really, really, really affordable, really, really, really nice perk, because now we don't have to pay all those bills individually. We just do one payment per month and it includes all that. So that's about it for now. I'm positive there's things I forgot to tell you. I'm sure there's questions you all will have, so feel free to ask the questions down in the comments. When you come to town, feel free to reach out to Kim and I. We have met so many of our subscribers. We actually just had a barbecue at our house yesterday, and we're now friends with 5, 6, 7, 10 groups of people, families here, just from our YouTube channel. So we love meeting new people. We love doing things together. It's nice to have a social network. So if you're worried about, moving here and not having a social network, there's plenty of people here for you to talk to. There's plenty of things for you to do. There's plenty of events for you to go to. Kim handles our social calendar, but we always have stuff to do. So want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you all for commenting, liking, subscribing, and everything else. Views, I love watching our views go up. I love watching our comments. I love watching people liking our videos. I love the interaction. Makes it all worth it. So again, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.